right, I'm coming. All right, I swear. All right. Check. Welcome in. Hang on. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this thing. Off to a bad start. Turn on the camera, dummy. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast. Daily show, where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here. Fear Bunker North in the heart of the Northland? Fear Bunker North in the heart of the North. It's cold in this room right now. But everything has gone as planned. And I'm just so grateful for this. To be here and not everything is a disaster like yesterday. The fact that, the sun was just minutes from had risen barely. And I'm wandering around, and then all of a sudden I realized no O'Neill. It was a bad feeling. The ground's all wet. Of course, I'm wearing Crocs. Instantly, my socks are soaked as I'm stomping around in giant piles of leaves because I didn't rake at the end of the year last year. I was talking with my wife about this, and I even mentioned it on the Patreon. The excruciating level of hopelessness as I was pondering what I was going to do without O'Neill. Oh, that is a gruesome fate, you know? And here it is, just a dog. I mean, I shouldn't say just a dog, but you know what I mean? There are times that people could be in like a life and death situation with their own life or a loved or like a human being. You know, I take it back. O'Neill would probably be worse. As I indicated, unless you are a direct family member. And I had to choose between O'Neill and you. I'm picking O'Neill every time. My God. And after he got back yesterday, as the day wore on, I firmly believe that he knew he screwed up. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I've just been gift wrapped something. Chris on the live stream just said that 8-year-old kid was missing for 2 days in the Porcupine Mountains. Look what I'm going to talk about in a little bit, Chris. Wow. It says found 8-year-old in Porcupine Mountains. Before I revealed that, he wrote, I hope that's not a spoiler. Yeah, what? How often? Okay, this is a perfect opportunity for me to explain to you. As a reminder, don't drop breaking news on the chat. If it's in your brain and you want to discuss it, I probably will too. The difference is I'm doing a show. My God. Your only job. Stevie, shut up. I've about had it with you. She says, that's not breaking news. It was on TV last night. Ding dong. I'm suggesting it could be a story I talk about. Chris says, I'm not really mad, but I'm still going to beat you up. I know this. It's early. I'm sorry. No, 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 no. Of course it's something I'm going to talk about. I have to put together a show. Outside of my personal stories, I am dependent upon what happens in the world. That's how it works. So when I decide, all right, hey, I'm going to talk about this, this, and this, and you're thinking that too, this is all you have to do. This is all your job. Enjoy the show and comment on the things I'm commenting on. So if I'm making a crack about O'Neill in the woods and you guys are talking, like Kenny yesterday, he's firing off a number of great jokes. Kenny is has absolutely turned around how it is, how to be an appropriate audience member. He comments with jokes on the things I'm talking about. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I'll be in here doing my thing, and then, hey, you guys hear about? And it's like, fucking hey, dude. Please comment on what I'm talking about and have a good time. Make yourselves at home. So, like, hey, guys, guess what I'm going to be talking about a little bit later on? The fucking little kid lost in the mountains in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Hey, they found him, guys. See how the steam or the air gets let out of the balloon? And then dumbass Stevie with, that's not breaking news. I heard about it yesterday. Shut up, Amanda Light. Kenny says, I didn't even say anything, but the compliment turned into an insult in the middle of the sentence. Damn. All right. You guys are fine. I'm just busting your balls. But I do need to make that a point. You guys have been so good on the jokes as I do the show live. Maureen says, Amanda Light just made me laugh. All right. That's what this show is all about, laughing. Laughing and having fun. Oh, my God. But, no, in all seriousness, fuck. The fact that I didn't know what direction he went, and it's still a mystery as of right now as to where he went, what happened. It's also a mystery as to why I paid hundreds of dollars for these fucking GPS trackers, and they suck tons of dick. Someone suggested AirTags, Apple AirTags, and that is the next thing I'm going to do. And I don't know if they rely on the same technology. Would they, if it's GPS and I'm here in this desolate world up here, would it still have the same negative effect? I mean, would it suck because there's a weak signal? I don't know, but I'm willing to try. As the day went, okay, so I was all jacked. I did the show yesterday somehow. By the way, that was difficult to have to decompress and then do a show. That was really hard. I did my best. I hope it was okay. I got done, and then I realized there's 8 billion tons of fallen leaves all around this property, which they have to disappear. And the way we do it here is we rake them into a tarp, and then we drag them off into the woods. So I began that process, and motherfuck, you would not believe the amount, the sheer quantity. It's ridiculous. So I raked so much yesterday that my hips started to hurt. My hands were starting to get I got blisters on my fingers. Name the song. Name the song. And fuck. the goal when I came up here was to paint the inside of Fear Bunker North, but the leaf thing cropping up has taken center stage. If I don't get these leaves up, grass dies. And then, I mean, it's a pretty rustic setup here. I don't want it to look, like a former Zaniac's front yard. So, that's kind of what's been what I did for hours yesterday. I didn't set foot in here to do anything. And today I'm going to get right back at it and try to get rid of these fucking leaves. This is perfect because that's if my dad were here, he'd pick them up like one at a time with his hands and transport them off into the woods. He would love that. But no, I got to get this shit done. I spent significant time yesterday doing that. And these are the type of leaves where like they fell and then 18 feet of snow was on top of them. So they're actually still wet. The layer that's right on touching the floor of the forest or the property from like all that snow, and they're compacted down and you really got to dig with the rake. It's a fucking bitch. We got a grub problem here too, by the way. Didn't see any snakes, didn't see any ticks, a lot of very large spiders. And I'm so ridiculous because I'll be raking and I'll see them struggling to get away, and I let them go. I want to make sure that I rake around them so that I don't disturb them. They're already freaked out. I don't need to scare them anymore. I'm such a little child. The suggestion that O'Neill was hiding under the trailer the whole time, I didn't think once of that, and I haven't thought about that since at all. And you saying that is the first time that I've thought about that. That is excellent. Fuck. Maybe he was under the trailer. I hope not. It still doesn't explain that fucking tracker. Just throwing him out in the middle of the woods. I firmly believe that he was never out there. Super dumb. I'm really, really annoyed with that. I charged the trackers last night, and I put them on them today. But I think they're pretty much useless. There's really not a foolproof way to see if what you're buying is going to work at all. You kind of like got to get it up here and like fingers crossed, hope for the best. All right. While I'm here yesterday, it's just like a regular work day, except instead of like washing the NFK's ass, I'm out on the property doing what I can. But I brought a tape player. I brought my so that I can take these I brought the cassette tapes and I brought the tape player so that I can get the audio for this week's Who Are These Zanes? Just because I'm up here doesn't mean the normal week on podcasting is going to change. But the only thing that can't happen is anything concerning a phone call. So Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia. No big deal. Can't get that done. I'll do that next week. And then my dad with Dear Meathead. I just don't have the signal for phone call. But anyway, I have a January 29, 1998 Joe and the Poor Boy show. Last time we checked in with Joe and the Poor Boy, they were doing Grill Wars. This time they're in the studio for this day's broadcast. I haven't listened to a bit of it, but I dubbed all of that show down, which was about an hour of audio. I think we'll break that up over two shows. I gave about 15 to 20 minutes of that show and sent it along to Ben. And I reached out to Ben. I go, look, dude, yesterday or last week, we had a huge amount of fun with guest roaster Ryan listening to the audio and coming up with his own clips. It was already a fun segment, fun show, but that element made it even more fun. And I go, and the reason why I didn't want to do it or bring it up, I'm sheepish to ask because it takes time for these people. It's a time commitment. And so I brought it up with Ben, And he was like over the moon. He's like, yes, oh my God, thank you. I'm like, oh, fuck, Jesus. So there you go. So I'm excited about that. We will record that on Thursday. We'll have the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast on Thursday evening. I get back Thursday from this little adventure. And then we'll get all that shit done. No problem. Get it all posted. Not that hard to do. Work ahead. Continues to be fallout from the old Freeburn Hot Wings audience about the lack of posting the audio that they were promised by those fucking morons. And now people from that sub are flocking to my sub. When I say flocking, I mean like 5 people. That, for me, that's a lot. And then bitching about them. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Great. I'd love it if you talk about my show, but if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. I don't care. So anyway, yeah, I've got a lot of material to post, and we'll get it done despite being up here. No big deal. Chris says, see, now Chris is talking about a topic that I'm talking about. You see how that works? And you know what? All things considered, you're actually fantastic on here, so I'm just busting your balls. Chris says, I think AirTags require other Apple devices around to create a network. Might not work well in the woods. Really? I thought you just put it on there and then it just, you know, it's kind of like the Find My app on the phone, you know? How like I can see where Madison is anytime I want when she, you know, it's like that. Isn't it? I thought it was like that. Tyler, replying to Linda about O'Neill being under the trailer, says he was probably watching Eric jump into that truck, panicking and wondering what his problem was. Ashley says, no, you just need your phone. So Chris started the show by spoiling one of the stories I'm going to talk about, and now he's making shit up. I'm kidding. I'll look into it. He says they connect through Bluetooth to other devices to locate the tag. Then he says, Google it. I will later. Aram says, when I was looking at trackers, there was something about the AirTags that had limitations. Well, okay. Either way, I got to figure this shit out. Because what happened yesterday can never happen again. The nauseousness that I was experiencing, we have some real disagreements about how AirTags work. You got Team Ashley and then Team Chris. People are picking sides. She says it works precisely like Find My Friends. Okay. I'll have to look into that. Ashley, did you find Mr. Ashley yet? Are you still on the prowl for the next Mr. Ashley? Aram is a troublemaker. He writes, I thought Tractive, which is what I have right now, was supposed to be good. Perhaps user error. Okay. All I'll tell you is this. When I pick up the phone and I try to find either of my dogs, it says on the app, signal weak, use leash. So it's calling a shot there. Signal weak, use leash. Now, it did start giving me that message until after I found O'Neill. So, no. NW980 says, I use a FI collar. Is that I don't know if that's, do I say fee or fi or fo or fum? It's like a GPS. Best thing ever. Well, that's what this is supposed to be. Kyler writes, I give it a week or two before a dog runs away at the house. I think it has to do with my internet connection because at the house it works perfectly. That might be part of the problem. Kyler said, I've chased one of these fuckers at the pool party. Yes, Kyler was there. He's one of the few people that I actually wanted there. Kyler, I wanted there. Tyler, I wanted there. It can be told now, Tyler and his lovely wife were creeped out because of fucking Dean. Boring Dean. He was so weird. And you just, Tyler's wife was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Concerning the next Mr. Ashley, apparently there is a courtship going on right now. And because I mentioned it, she says, don't jinx it. By the way, Ashley, you're watching the show. If you could, on your mobile device or on whatever, it's a laptop or a computer, press the follow button. You're not even following, I don't think. If you follow, then you know when I go live. Kenny laughs at being called Mr. Ashley. Chris says Ashley isn't wrong, but it still requires other devices to work. Oh, she does get notifications. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm just going to shut up. Aram says, I think you are supposed to set the perimeter you want them to stay in. You know what? Maybe it is some user error. Either way, it should tell you where they're at, and it doesn't. Tyler referring to the Dean instance at the pool party, and he says, God, that was awkward. Can you maybe in a few words describe what happened so these people can know? By the way, do any of you folks still go over to the site that was Zaniacs United and communicate with them? If you do, you shouldn't. As I understand it, it's all transgender, anti-transgender memes. It's like they're planting their flag in being anti-transgender or some shit. Fucking psychopaths. All right. While here, I realized that I am not cut out to be alone. Oh my God, do I miss my wife. It's moments like this that you really, what do they say? Absence makes the heart grow fond. Oh, it's like I cannot wait to get back home and see my wife. For those of you, listen, I'm not even kidding. For those of you who want a significant other to share with, and you don't have it, that's fucked up. I'm so sorry. That is a tough way to live. I joke all the time, but fuck, you gotta get something. You gotta get out. Even if it's it doesn't even have to be a significant other. It could just be like someone you know. There was just a story on it was an Apple Spotlight about how there is an epidemic of loneliness and why that is. We live in an era where it is the highest amount of people who don't communicate with others, who don't, have friends, don't have a significant other, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. It's fucked up. And I don't know why that is. And I have a theory that it has to do with technology. You know? I think the technology that we have kind of short circuits the process somehow. Now for Kenny, it's just fucking Pac-Man and Centipede and Defender. It's video games. But for the rest of you, that's technology. It's old technology, but it's still technology. But in all seriousness, fuck. I'm sitting around here and I'm like, Jesus, this is, I'm imagining myself like actually like this, and outside of the show, the phone doesn't ring. Nobody texts. And I'm like, fuck, this would be me. I would be here all alone, or even at my home in Hudsonville. Still, same thing, alone. And then I would start writing a Unabomber manifesto or some shit. And the next thing you know, I'm making bombs, okay, and blowing up marathons. It just seems that horrible to me. So if you are experiencing that, I can sympathize. I can definitely sympathize. Amanda says, I try to talk to Andrea. Well, yeah, but you have to be able to communicate in grunts and burps and, various guttural noises, perhaps a queef. If you did that, she might be able to understand you.
You're such a big black dick because I know you want to.
Chris says he lurks there. Amanda says, Jason wished me happy birthday yesterday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Have you hit 30 yet? I don't even know. Don't tell me. You know, you never ask women their ages. Tyler talking about his interaction with Dean. I cannot remember specifics, but I remember too close to us talking and not going away. Amanda says, I'm so good single. Are you really? I mean, what about like maybe not a significant other, but, you know, do you have like a friend network that you're constantly talking to and shit like that? Kenny writes to his future wife, Amanda, your birthday was yesterday. Happy belated birthday then. Well, that is saying something, because there was a time when Kenny used to call her like the worst things ever. That was back in the dark days of audience communication. I mean, he would just say really, really bad things, and she would say bad. It was just horrible. And now they're getting ready to bone. Amanda says, I don't want anyone messing with my stuff. That's why you like to be single? When you say your stuff, do you mean like various things that you've accumulated in the household, or is stuff another word for vagina? Can you clarify what you mean when you say, I don't want anyone messing with my stuff? She says, my household. And then she says she talks to her cat. Oh, yeah. You're too far gone. You're like fucking Brooks and Shawshank. All right. Nikki in Maine says, I have my animals and I'm too busy. That's how I like to look at it. Happy belated birthday, Amanda. Maureen says she talks to her cats, too. Oh, God. I do, too. I got cats. NW980 says, if you had not kicked Dean to the curb, he would have stopped by and you wouldn't be lonely. Oh, God. Yeah, just dropping by. I used to do that all the fucking time. He'd bang on the door. I'm like, yeah? Hey, I was in the neighborhood. Yeah, that is the rudest thing you can do. I guess Kenny referred to Amanda as a see you next Tuesday. Oh, back in the day. Oh, shit. Amanda says, I don't want to have sex with anyone because I don't think anyone would want to have sex with me. I'm gross. Oh, bullshit. I'd have sex with you. Oh, come on. Are you crazy? If I was single, I'd head over there and throw it to you right now. Oh, yeah. I'd say, listen, I've had it with this lack of confidence. I'm coming over there, and I'm going to blast right in your nether regions. And that's the end of it. You're getting dicked. Nikki says the one person I feel like I have some feelings for more than a friend is gay. So there goes that. Well, maybe you can convince them to like, hey, look, okay, you may be into dudes, but I just want you to grin and bear it and jam it in me and then see if you like it. All right? Because I understand that, when it comes to gayness, like if I was gay and let's say Kenny's here and I wanted Kenny's ass and then like a hot chick came up and said, hey, I want you to have sex with me. I would be, oh, gross. No, I'm into Kenny's ass. So, but maybe there's a little hope. I don't know. Young Adam Schwab says, I would never just stop by. Yeah, normal people would never just stop by. Maureen says, Amanda, you need to change that inner voice. Come on. Eric's going to come and mess with your stuff, Amanda. Corey likes my curtains. Thank you. I'm glad you. I just need something to stop the backlighting. Tyler says this conversation took quite a turn. Kenny, women suck. Men do too. You can only rely on yourself. Oh, what a horrible attitude. I'm telling you, you two are made for each other. You could do a reality show. The two of you, okay? And everybody would just fall in love with it. Just all you need is a little like Kickstarter money to set up the cameras. And, we could put it on whatever network. Doesn't matter. We can just sell the pilot. First, we just record the pilot, and we'll call it Making Gravy. The show is called Making Gravy. You two just doing your thing. It doesn't mean you have to bone. It just means the dynamic between you would be interesting and fun. I would narrate it. Kenny says you only say this stuff because you know we don't like each other. Of course. Yes. Yes, you're right. But we can watch the love grow. If I was one of these people who won like $1 billion in the lottery, I would try to get you two to fall in love. I would pay you money so you'd never have to worry about money again. But I would make this show. And it would be on OnlyFans only. It'd be a reality show, and it would start out you two hating each other, and then eventually the goal would be, and then it'd be just like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. So you'd go like horseback riding. Hopefully it would be a very sturdy horse for the two of you, and then boom, off you go. You're doing the horseback riding thing, or maybe you're like go-kart riding, or maybe just shit like that, scuba diving, and then the next thing you know, since it's OnlyFans, it'd be like a hardcore 69. Okay, that's what I think would be great. Kenny says, truth be told, I fell hard last summer for someone that still exists deep down. Fuck, Kenny, I'm sorry. And then Amanda says, Kenny, I'm not repulsed by you as a person. See, there's hope. There is hope. The world famous E-Rock is in attendance, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I always sit up a little taller when I see E-Rock is paying attention. So I like E-Rock on a personal level and a professional level. He asks, how long until the moonshine stills are set up in the woods there? Oh, my God. You would love it here. A fucking city slicker like you. Have you ever been out in the woods? I mean, there's you don't have to go far to find some nice getaway place up there. You probably head up to the Poconos or some shit. But this, it makes the Poconos look like the fucking Hyatt Regency. You're not kidding. If it weren't for the camper, it would be roughing it. And yes, you notice the Edith Bunker chair. It's the only chair I have. I call it my Gomez Adams chair. E-Rock says, I used to go camping when I was a kid, cross country, but KOA campgrounds. Oh, yes. I remember KOAs. Fuck yes. All right. Amanda has wrecked the fun by announcing when it comes to Kenny, it repulses me thinking about you and me having sex. How does that sound? Oh, no. That's bullshit. Yeah, that's a fucking mean thing to say. You got to, fake it till you make it. I'd have sex with Kenny, too, in addition to Amanda. I'd have sex with both of you. If I were single, I would have the Kenny and Amanda three-way. It'd be great. So stupid. All right. For those of you that are getting the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I must say goodbye to you. Just know that if you want the full show, it's twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app. Search Eric Zane Live, all one word, and you're in business. It's that simple. Follow the page, let you know when I go live. If you want, subscribe, and you'll get the show minus commercials on Twitch because they throw a bunch of them in there. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link up that Amazon Prime account to Twitch, and then you can subscribe for free. And then you will get no commercials. That's how that works. Linking it up is sometimes a pain in the ass. There's, I don't know, you click something, hit something, hit 3 lines and hope for the best. Take your time and read. No one does that these days. When they get to like a page or a sign up, let's say you want to cancel a service. Let's say you want to cancel something that you're subscribed to online. People go to the site and then they look at it, and then if within 3 seconds they haven't been able to cancel it, they go, "Oh my God, there's nowhere to do it." Pause, read. You'll figure it out. All right. Of course, the audio podcast. This becomes the audio podcast shortly after I finish it. You can download it on any platform. Please find one that you like and subscribe to it. If you can, rate it and review it. I appreciate that. These are all things that help your old pal Eric Zane. I have a Patreon that I post a ton of material on. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Ad-free, listener-supported. So you spend a lot of time at work listening to shit, or maybe you listen to my show and I wish it was a little longer, I wish it was more material. Patreon's perfect. Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. If you ever want to say hello, I do get lonely. Ha ha. Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. I'd love to hear from you. Your thoughts, concerns about the show. Maybe you want to share a story that you saw that you think I should talk about. I don't utilize a prep service or anything. I kind of just keep my ear to the ground. So if you see a story that I may have missed, send it along. I may have heard it, but if you're not sure, send it, and I might use it. Okay? But when I'm doing the show, don't just blurt it out, Chris. So there you go. For those of you, I'm going to kick you out, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.